Okay, so this is your ACT English passage. There's 2 and instead of 3. And similar to the reading, you get 20 points for explaining on both passages, and then 15 points for being correct on the second passage, because each passage has 15 questions. But anyway, sub has the answers for the first passage, and then the second passage, obviously, you're graded on that. So as you read, a couple techniques when you read the ACT English passage is 1, read out loud to yourself and whatever sounds right. Helps a lot. And then 2, less is usually better. So when in doubt, I would go with those 2 things. But other than that, process of elimination and think back to your rules. So I'll do the first couple with you. Comma rules. Commas. Know why they're there. Know what the purpose of those commas are. If you cannot figure out what the purpose of the comma is, if it's not one of the 4 things that I talked about in the last video, there shouldn't be a comma. A great example of this, while I'm thinking about it, is this question right over here. And the reason why I'm pointing out this question specifically is because I actually put it on your test that you took before fall break. You had a similar question with almost exactly the same sentences. So I'll do 58 too while I'm here. Propelling a kayak works the upper body muscles. The paddler pulls one end through the water of the paddle on alternating sides of the boat. So 58 asks, the best placement for the underlined portion would be, it would make more sense to say the paddler pulls one end of the paddle through the water on alternating sides of the boat. So it should be after the word paddle. 59. Anyway, so skilled kayakers sense the nuances of water movement by means of the kayak hole and adjust their stroke force and pace to keep the kayak on course. But all kayakers can appreciate the nuances of nature as they travel on water in this simple but versatile boat. So yes, you can hear kind of a pause right there. However, be careful. What is the rule that means that comma should be there? This is a conjunction, so that means that this should be an independent clause, so then all of this is a compound sentence, right? But an independent clause, remember, is a complete sentence. Versatile boat. Versatile boat. Is that a complete sentence? No. So this is not a compound sentence, meaning there should not be a comma. So the answer is B, 59. And here, I'll do the first. And then obviously I forgot, you have to explain. So the reason why is it's not a compound sentence. So you don't need a comma. And then the reason for this one would be paddler pulls one end of the paddle through the water on alternating sides of the boat. That is where it makes the most sense. I really don't have a rule for that one. And some of the time, that might be what you have to write. And that's okay. That's okay if you have to write that on this one. The English section you often find yourself relying on what makes sense to your inner ear, which is why that one YouTube video guy said that reading a lot really helps with your ACT English score. Okay, turning back over to the front. I'll just do the first one. So kayaks are lightweight canoes originally used for hunting and fishing by the Inuit peoples of the northern coasts of North America. Today, many people use kayaks recreationally for whitewater sports and for touring wilderness areas that are extremely wild. So F, no change. Sure, that would make sense. G, of great remoteness. No, that sounds silly. H, that are uncivilized. That's saying the same thing as extremely wild. Or J, omit the underlined portion. That means to delete. And end the sentence with a period. So let's see what that would look like. Today, many people use kayaks recreationally for whitewater sports and for touring wilderness areas. You know what? I just noticed wild is in wilderness. Why would you want to repeat something that you already said? So that comes back to this one, number 2. Less is usually better. So I would put J, and then I would write because less is usually better. Okay? So once you finish this first passage, you can ask the sub for the answers. And then once you have the answers and you know why you missed it, then you can work on the second passage. And go for getting them all right. If you don't get them all right, I will let you fix them after I've graded them. But hopefully this video helped. Hopefully you're ready to roll on your ACT English stuff. Hopefully you've enjoyed all these YouTube videos. Anyway, love you all. My favorite students. See you later. Next week, I guess.